What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video we're looking at preview of the third game of round 1 of the 2021 Six Nations tournament, and that is Ireland taking on Wales at the Principality Stadium, obviously in Wales. The teams finally return after a long wait of Six Nations, as obviously the Principality Stadium was held as a medical facility. Now Wales, we haven't seen a crowd played since the COVID started in 2020, will be happy, I know, to be returning to the stadium, but unfortunately no crowds at this stage. These two share a phenomenal rivalry and history, and it's going to be a cracking game. Just as important as England versus Scotland, these two teams will be looking to provide their outstanding performances, especially those players who will want to wear that jersey behind me in the 2021, hopefully, British and Irish Lions season. It's going to be a remarkable year of rugby. Hopefully we have no interruptions, and hopefully we don't see a repeat of what we saw in 2020 where Six Nations kicked off, but as we hit March we had to postpone. Hopefully we can see a tournament finish off healthily and successfully. Wales and Ireland, what a rivalry, what a history that these two teams played. They last played on the 8th of February in 2020, where Ireland won 24-14. Andy Farrell's men started off the 2020 tournament not too bad. They had moments, and they could have, if they kept to their strength and to the quality of rugby that they used to be able to play, they could have indeed won the tournament. But unfortunately for them, a few games here and there and one big loss that cost them didn't allow them to go that extra mile. As for Wales, Coach Wayne's team has not been in great form. They were 5th on the log. They've been in a losing streak, which is something they will want to clear. Yes, they did clear it in the Autumn Nations Cup, but it still wasn't a tournament that was pretty. They will want to revive themselves. They will want to show the public and also just rugby fans how a team can overcome very tough barriers. We've seen it in the past. Ireland were here, England were here, France were definitely here, and they've shown how they could overcome and then indeed win a tournament. Obviously France are chasing silverware. They want it desperately because it's been quite a number of years. But for Ireland, not too long ago, they were the dominant source of rugby. I think it was 2018, where they won the Grand Slam Six Nations title. Then Wales did it 2 years ago. Phenomenal rugby these two teams produced, overcoming the odds, getting close to the victories. But unfortunately for Ireland, it wasn't a World Cup to remember for them in 2019, but they'll want to overcome it and show what they can do. 2018, Ireland dominated. They did things that no one else thought they could do. They beat the All Blacks. They won the Six Nations. But then they went on a little bit of a down path. They were slowly coming up. Joe Schmidt, coach at the time, did wonders with that team. Andy Farrell took over, also a very strong Irish team. So now it's a matter of how they're going to adjust and how they are going to approach this tournament. What are they going to do better that they were weak at last year? How are they going to adjust? How are they going to focus on their game plans, capitalize on opportunities, get points? It can come down to the dying minutes. If we don't remember France and Ireland, it took a drop goal from Johnny Sexton to win that game, which led them to that Grand Slam Six Nations title. How can Wales and Coach Wayne and Alun Wyn Jones as the captain take a team that are pretty much in a negative space, kind of, if we have to look at history? How do they readapt? He went on and said earlier this year that Wales could potentially win the Six Nations. Of course they can. They've done it before and they could do it again. And if you look at the squad of Beggar, of Ken Owens, of Alun Wyn Jones, if all in no injuries, North and all these guys, there's phenomenal talent within this Wales squad. They have the guns, they have the players to go that extra mile. But so do Wales. And this is for me what makes this game this weekend extremely exciting. It kicks off obviously on Sunday, the final game of the weekend. and it should start off with a bang. We should see close encounters. We should see opportunities. But like I said for the previous two previews, if you win your set pieces, you're good. If your discipline is good, you're good. And if they fly off and scrum off, work as a tactical team, they can control the game and produce the results. These guys are going to want to show Warren Gatland that they have what it takes to be and to wear that Lions jersey. They will want to prove that they are deserving of that position. Because of the current form of Conor Murray and Johnny Sexton for Ireland, it's not been out of this world to what we used to and what we saw in 2018. And a lot of people are questioning Conor Murray, Johnny Sexton, do they deserve the number 9 and 10 jersey? Two of my favourite international players. It's now time for them to shine. It's now time for them to take on the opportunity to try and pick up the victories. I mean, Alun Wyn Jones will be alongside James Ryan, two phenomenal talents. One a legend of experience, the other growing every time he plays. Injury hit him hard, but now it's time for him to show the world what he can make. Previous results for Wales in the last 3 Guinness Six Nations results are: Scotland lost 14-10, England lost 33-3, and France lost 23-7. On a positive note, those aren't big smashings. They are just losses. So that they need to use as motivation. They came close. They started off alright, but it was their finishing off. They need to finish off strong. Ireland's last 3 games in the Six Nations, 35-27 defeat to France. That was a game that could have decided this tournament. 50-17 win over Italy, and 24-12 loss to England. Again, another opportunity where they could have capitalized, but they didn't. So how is this game going to play out? How, or what, or who is going to win this weekend? Well, I think it's going to start off strong. I think we're going to see very hard hits, strong defense movements, attacking plays, breakthroughs, but not getting to the points that we're wanting. I don't think it will be a massive scoring game. I do think by half-time we will have 3 points in it, with Wales possibly in the lead. But I do feel Ireland might just come back and take it from Wales. Maybe a Jacob Stockdale last-minute try if selected. Maybe Bigger kicks it over and they win. Ken Owens in his forward position surprises us. Or James Ryan takes foot, or Peter O'Mahony, or tied for long, dominates the scrum, gets a penalty, and Johnny Sexton slots it over. I'm going to go with Ireland to win by 5 or less. I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be an intense encounter, but it's going to be exciting to watch, and I'm really looking forward to it. So there you have it. Ireland to win by less than 5. But hey, don't cut out the Welsh. They're a strong team, and I'm sure 2021 could be the year of their comeback. That's going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, smash the thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you all real soon for another one. Stay safe and never give up. Cheers.